Thanks for joining us today to discuss how to create value through effective partnership collaboration. My name is Dina Vardouniotis, and recently I joined Brim as the Chief Partnership Officer, leaving my consulting practice, which I founded a couple of years ago called Payments and Partnerships. I'm really excited to join Brim and our amazing panelists, and I'll turn it over to them to introduce themselves, starting with Rasha.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Anthony Danda. I head up product at CWB. I've worked in the payments product management space for more years than I think I would like to admit, in roles in Canada, regionally in North America, and globally. And to provide a bit of context, CWB recently initiated a payments transformation program, which includes a review of the effectiveness of our payment partnerships. So I'm hoping to bring some of our experiences to the group today, but very glad to be here.
Great, thank you, Anthony, and apologies about my technical mishap here. So hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us in our conversation today. I'm Rasha, CEO and founder of Brim Financial, and I'm really glad to be here. Thank you to all of our partners that are joining us. Thanks, Anthony, for stepping in, and Dina. I think I turn it over to you, Michelle.
Yes, thank you. So my name is Michelle, and I am the founder and CEO of a company called Bougie. And Bougie really is a small business that's quickly expanding, where we design, manufacture, and sell products, mostly handbags, that are unique to the market space because they are machine washable, they're vegan, they're lightweight. And we work a lot with corporate gifting, private label opportunities, wholesale, of course, and direct to consumer. And Brim has really been a great and wonderful partner from the very beginning. As a small business, they really helped us get the exposure we needed. And I'm very excited to be telling you all about my experience with Brim.
Thanks, Michelle.
Greg, would you like to introduce yourself?
I would. My name is Greg Hogeboom. I'm part of the ownership group at Lazy Boy. We run a retail organization, 12 locations in Southern Ontario. I'm also the executive vice president. I run all the day-to-day operations there. Pretty iconic brand, and we're lucky to be partnered with them. We are the largest independently owned Lazy Boy retail ownership group in North America. So excited to be here.
Thank you, Greg. Really, thanks for joining us here today on the panel.
Fantastic. Great, everyone. Let's just jump right into our topic, which is partnership collaboration. And we've got great partnerships in good company today with both CWB as our platform partner and Michelle and Greg as our merchant partners who are joining into this conversation with Brim. Let's start first with Rasha, and maybe Rasha, let's kick it off with talking about your overall partnership philosophy. How do you see Brim creating exponential value for our partners?
Yes, great. Thanks, Dina. So, we believe in win-win relationships. We also believe that open and robust ecosystem are key to success. Brim is really uniquely positioned in the fintech space globally. We have fully embedded banking. Our platform delivers integrated card issuance, loyalty, commerce, e-commerce, consumer and business credit cards, all on a single platform. So through a very strong collaboration approach with our partners, our goal is to always deliver elevated user experiences with a super intuitive, and flowing platform, market-leading features, product functionalities, all fully embedded seamlessly in our partners' ecosystem, so that flows to their own consumers and to their audiences, without a hitch, really. We're committed to innovation, and we collaborate to future-proof our partners' businesses and organization, and to keep them at the forefront, delivering a competitive advantage. So what we bring to the table. is a global proprietary tech stack, modular, fully turnkey solutions, so that frictionless innovation is basically consumed and rolled live in real time into our partners' ecosystems, and with more on that later. Fully customizable platform, so this is not a cookie cutter approach. Seamless integration and a best-in-class service, and first and foremost, speed to market. On the merchant side, we also support merchants of all sizes, from small Main Street to global brands through our rewards and loyalty platform, and we'll talk a lot about that in this session.
Fantastic. So that's a great jumping off point. Anthony, you mentioned your new suite of credit cards, which was announced just recently. Very impressive and exciting. And so you've really taken advantage of what Rasha just talked about. Can you describe how this looks for you at CWB with respect to this end-to-end digital platform and the experience that you've been able to leverage with Brim? How did the partnership support your objectives and help you stay ahead of the curve?
Yeah, so a key objective of CWB's payment transformation program is to align to the overarching enterprise strategy at the bank, which is really to provide premium client experiences to the clients that we're looking to attract. So part of that strategy is identifying partners who can first and foremost deliver products and services that our target clients find valuable. But also, I think it's very important that the partner is laser focused on being the best in the market for their area of expertise, that they're quick to market with new enhancements, and equally important, but I know often overlooked, that has a successful track record of implementation, right? And I think anybody, particularly any product managers or anybody in technology that's listening to this right now, knows the importance of having a good partnership during the implementation, because the implementation can really make or break the success of the product. So I'd say an effective payment partnership should deliver on client demand, provide a seamless user experience, but also have a platform and an architecture that's easy to integrate into your banking infrastructure, and that's primarily through APIs. And then also can also be quickly enhanced as the market demands change and grow. And I think today in payments, we certainly see the market demands changing very rapidly, and being able to respond to those changes really gives the financial institution an edge. A good example of this, and this just happened very recently, so I think it's very timely. So Brim has launched, or it will be launching, a digital and instant card feature in Canada. And if I'm not mistaken, they may be the first ones, which is very good for CWB. But they contacted us about the new feature that enables our cardholders to access and use their CWB credit cards immediately upon approval. So it's a frictionless experience. It allows the user to shop online and add their card to a mobile wallet without having to wait for the actual physical plastic to arrive. And it's very, very quick to implement. In fact, from CWB's perspective, it's really just a matter of marketing the service, because Brim is pretty much doing everything for us, right? And yeah, I got to tell you, it takes a lot to get an old payments professional like me excited. It doesn't happen very often, right? And a lot of times these things can be a very slow burn. But this is really good stuff all around, right? It's a valuable feature for our client, and by extension, it's good for CWB, because we're able to offer differentiated functionality quickly to the market, and that's exactly what our clients are expecting from the experience that we're promising them when they come to CWB.
Great. And Anthony, you mentioned the collaboration and the implementation. So do you mind, just commenting quickly on the type of implementation, maybe the seamlessness, or the experience when embedding and rolling out the platform with Brim?
Yeah, absolutely, Rasha. So, as you had mentioned, we were able to leverage the modular stack to customize the platform and the products that we believed in CWB would be the most valuable to our target clients, right? So it was a very different approach to some systems that are all or nothing or limit our ability to differentiate ourselves in the market. And are often too expensive to enhance and maintain, right? Mm-hmm. So having this flexibility was extremely important to us. And it wasn't just about the client experience, even though that's, I would say the primary value, but there was a lot of flexibility in how you were able to help us manage our business, right? So that was compliance, that was finance, that was a number of different areas of the business where you really stepped up as a partner. And I think it's worth mentioning again, the implementation. So what I found very different about this partnership was that you guys acted as an extension of our own internal project team, right? So you weren't sitting necessarily outside, but you were really embedded with our internal project team in the implementation, and it was a very effective collaboration.
Thanks, Anthony.
So you contributed to, complemented our UX design, marketing, acquisition strategy, training, development of the collateral. So I'm sure anybody who's delivered a product can speak to this. Resources are always stretched, right? You never have enough resources internally. Certainly, I never have. Maybe some people have, but so it was great to have that increased capacity, as well as subject matter expertise at the table. It was critical and crucial to being on time and on budget, which we were with this project. So I'd say for anybody who's listening, if you're looking for an effective partnership, these aspects that go beyond the features, functions, and technology, which are fantastic, are still critical to the success of the product.
Thank you, and thanks for that note. We definitely believe, that a collaboration is holistic, and it starts with a, super strong, differentiated, globally leading technology platform, and it ends up with, an integration, being as low code as possible, as seamless and embedded, and rolled out effectively, like Anthony mentioned, within 8 to 10 weeks, but then everything else, around it. So when you're delivering and you're saying it's a turnkey solution, it's an end-to-end card issuance, processing, customer experience, omni-channel digital onboarding, platform design, loyalty, and as well as compliance and risk and credit and, everything else behind the scene. And it doesn't end there, because we really believe that when you really truly want to deliver a seamless client and customer and your own user and audience environment, it goes from the physical stores or branches, so the physical environment, if you have one, onto the digital environment, onto like on-call support. And we certainly strongly believe that this needs to be completely seamless and intuitive. And so that's what we focus on very much to make sure that the platform and the collaboration with partners is truly end to end.
So Anthony, just on Rasha's point about branches and call centers and all of those important elements of a bank, could you comment on what that looked like for Brim supporting your frontline advisors and your call centers with the credit card products powered by Brim?
And stepping back a bit, we first had to understand what we wanted that integration and user experience to look like, right? So from a product perspective and an enterprise perspective, what made sense for our strategy and our roadmap. And a hallmark of CWB, as I believe I mentioned before, is our focus on a highly personalized client relationship. So we want our products to reflect a CWB value, which is relationships matter. So we needed to ensure that our branch experience matched the same level of experience that's delivered through the digital channel. So we worked very closely with Brim to roll out an in-branch onboarding and servicing portal, and it completely mirrors the digital experience. So the end effect of that is that it empowers our branch staff to be fully included and equipped to provide continuity of service and a seamless experience to our clients in branch, which is very important to CWB.
That's an amazing comment around continuity of service. Thank you for that. That really is powerful. Just pivoting now to our merchant partners and talking about rewards and how rewards seamlessly embedded into the Brim platform and your environments. We'd love to hear from you, Michelle and Greg, around your experience in collaborating with Brim. And so, Michelle, you've been with Brim for a while now. Can you share with us how and why you signed up with Brim and how the partnership with Brim has created value for Bag and Bougie?
Yes. So first, I just want to apologize. There's some construction above me. So if you're hearing any drilling, it's coming in and out. So there you go. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm sorry. Anyway, so Brim has been a fantastic partner from the very beginning. As a very small business at the time, when I first approached Brim, I was really looking for something that differed from my competitors and something that gave me an opportunity that was very unique. And Brim really offered that. They allowed a small business like myself to bring the value to be able to bring brand awareness, expand, get in touch with so many consumers that I probably otherwise wouldn't have just starting off as a small business. And something that was really important to me was the fact that our values were very much aligned. You know, everything that Brim valued was something that my company and myself valued as well, which really made the partnership and relationship a really great start from the very beginning. And overall, since we've been partnering and in this relationship, I've seen the growth of my brand through Brim. I've seen sales trickle in, and I've had a really great experience with no upfront costs on the Brim side, something that has been very unique in comparison to different programs and different traditional wholesalers and other companies that I have worked with in the past. So my experience really has been amazing. And because I am a small business, I've also been able to be seen side by side with big companies and brands like the Lazy Boys of the world. So it's really given me this opportunity to get such a far reach, and it's been a great success and a great journey with the Brim team. So overall, I've been very happy with everything that Brim has truly had to offer.
Thanks, Michelle. Michelle, I just wanted to jump in here, maybe to comment on, the seamlessness or the lightness on the process in terms of onboarding. So, just highlighting. So, for example, Brim on your, e-commerce checkout and store and etc. That entire technology was already live. And we'll talk about it later. Brim's rewards and loyalty ecosystem is live at every single merchant worldwide today. And at every single point of sale, whether that point of sale is physical or online or on an e-commerce checkout and etc., which means that, partners like Michelle and Bag and Bougie, they just need to decide what is the, structure of their incentives and rewards. And then within less than 3 minutes, it's live. There's nothing to integrate. Obviously there's no need for Michelle to do any heavy lifting in terms of, any download of software, any training there or whatnot. So Michelle, just maybe a couple of words on that.
Yeah, for sure. So just off of experience and other platforms that I've either chatted with or have worked with, the key difference with Brim is that, just like Rasha mentioned, it is a very seamless and easy process. There is an opportunity to get your products and your business up and running with just a few minutes in a couple of days to see everything up. And, I've worked with a few other companies or platforms where sometimes the process can be 1 to 3 months. And that period of having to integrate my model and platform with their platform is a lot of work that not everyone has the time and energy to put, put everything in it to get it all set up. So with Brim, there's no extra technology, there's no embedding. It's very seamless, it's very easy, and you get to see your products up and running very quickly, and it's an enjoyable experience. So I think that hopefully answers your question. Yeah.
Great.
That's great. That's great. So Greg, La-Z-Boy participates in Brim's ecosystem with respect to the rewards capabilities, but also the buy now, pay later capabilities, which allow additional value for your customers, as we know, with larger purchases to install over a period of time. Can you tell us how the partnership with Brim, with both of these capabilities, has supported La-Z-Boy?
Hi, Dina, of course. Thanks for having me again. I think, especially now, establishing a strong digital presence and direct-to-consumer channels is more relevant than ever before. We're always looking for ways to diversify the traditional, semi-traditional marketing spend. And we felt Brim at the time and today was a really efficient and cost-effective way and a targeted way to achieve this. They helped us engage with the customers in a really relevant way. We meet them where they are transacting, right inside the banking platform, which I think is important. We have a couple live offers with Brim, incentivizing customers to shop with us, as well as making larger repeat purchases. And that's where the buy now, pay later functionality comes in. And it's, obviously super simple to use with those large purchases, which is key. We receive exposure and, even more brand attribution pre and post transaction through the digital rewards program as well. So, kind of a 1-2 punch there. And lastly, with our target customer demographic, typically skewing, I guess, a little bit older, and Brim's ability to target offers to a specific audience within their platform, data-driven analytics is key right now. We thought it might be a really unique and simple way to reach a bit of a younger customer.
That's fantastic. And I'm also obviously new to Brim, and just learning about the offer structures and customization options that you mentioned, Greg. They're endless with Brim, from first time offers, step up offers, establishing thresholds for receiving an offer on spend, driving repeat visits, to being able to just turn on a flash offer to boost promotions right down to the minute if you need to. Starting with Michelle, which reward strategies and structures on the offer side have been most successful to you?
So Bag and Bougie actually has, which I'm sure is the same for many of the brands with Brim, but they have a first-time bonus to incent new customer purchases, and then increasing rewards to determine the threshold spend. So the idea behind this is that we want people to come back again and again, and we've really seen that work with the first-time bonus. And something that's been super helpful is that Brim has provided this structure and recommendations for us that really works with our business and our goals. So they're not there to really just put us up on the platform, create some sort of loyalty or rewards, and then off we go. They're really there as an extension of our team, and they are there to help us be efficient and effective with our direct-to-consumer e-commerce channel. And again, like Rasha mentioned before, and I've also mentioned, is that having no upfront costs to start is really, really big, especially for a business during these times. So when there are no resources required from our side and our offers can be customized the way we want to be able to support our bottom line objectives and growth, it's a no-brainer to really get up and running and partner with Brim. So going back again to the technology side of things, we don't have to embed anything into our platform. It's very seamless. You're up and running in no time. And with this opportunity, I'm getting sales and brand awareness that I really wouldn't have access to. So it's a really great opportunity to take your brand to the next level.
Thank you
Wow.
for your note, Michelle. There, I think this is part of the philosophy of Brim overall. So, because what we built is a technology stack for rewards and loyalty that is integrated with our card issuance technology stack, and it's coming right up from the payment rails up. Really, not a POS by POS type of technology approach. That proprietary tech stack that is basically live at every single point where a transaction can be completed today enables that type of experience that Michelle is describing. There is nothing more to code effectively, or to onboard, or to embed. Every single point of sale checkout is already live on the Brim ecosystem. So we just need to, be in contact with the merchant, very easy sort of form as to what type of reward structure do you want, with upfronts, with step-ups based on frequency thresholds, etc. And then within less than 3 minutes, it's live. What it enables, this this approach and this technology, not only does it enable massive scaling, because there's no friction, as we're describing, to scaling up with hundreds and thousands of merchants, within days and weeks. And this is how we're seeing our merchant ecosystem really explode exponentially. It also, sort of levels the playing field with small businesses and large businesses like Lazy Boy, or Apple and Nike and Microsoft and etc., having the same type of access and availability to really, best in class loyalty and rewards ecosystem, fully embedded with banking and embedded finance in real time. So there's that, democratization, if you will, of access between Main Street and large brands that, is very much sort of core to our philosophy. And when we're working with partners like with CWB that may have, a specific geographic focus, then that it's super easy then to be addressing the merchants that are relevant to CWB's customers and easily embedding them, and even basically imparting that ease and ability to partners like CWB, so that their own business and merchant relationships can be so easily basically onboarded onto that ecosystem, and you're delivering even more value to your customers, so that they can be included with such a, within your ecosystem. So it's a win-win-win, overall. So yeah, Dina, back to you. I just really wanted to make this point.
Yeah, and what's nice to hear from both Anthony and Michelle is that notion of an extension of the team. And I think that's core to collaboration, is really that idea of being aligned from a values perspective, both wanting to win and being an extension of each other's team, and has to work. And back to you, Greg,
Yeah.
You talked about targeting and the power of data, and certainly being a large retailer with a complex franchise structure. Was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that ability of targeting and leveraging the customization of offers, whether they be rewards or buy now, pay later.
Sure, of course, Dina. So yeah, I think we've tested out a few different things with Brim, a few different offers, and what's been really interesting from our perspective when we look at that is the embedded buy now, pay later capabilities that you mentioned. And so in today's market, when customers considering, especially in a larger purchase like furniture, it's it's one of the top 3 largest purchases that anyone will have in their lifetime. Going through that, obviously car is first and things like that, in a house, but furniture is right up there. So with furniture, it's an option that in today's market you have to have. And so we enable Brim's network of cardholders to install their Lazy Boy purchase at no additional cost to the customer, which is obviously super important. And so it's positioned as an install offer in the reward site, and really, traditionally a install offer or a buy now pay later offer anything of a deferred payment offer, it really costs the customer typically, 5+% on top of their purchase, depending on how long a time they're deferring. So obviously you can see the value there. And so, it's buy now, pay later is just escalated. And it's another way that we can support our customers as well as increase sales and then increase average transaction sizes. And, because last point I'll make on the buy now, pay later, the installment functionality, it's embedded right on the Brim site. So, from a sales perspective, I'm not a salesperson, there's no real downside to mentioning it or anything like that, because no one's has to do a credit application. They're not going to get turned down. It's really simple. You just mention it, and they go about their day as a regular sale on a credit card. So there's no POS setup integration required from our end, which is a huge plus.
That's great. That's great. And what's terrific, Anthony, is that your clients are now able to take advantage of all of these rewards and buy now, pay later offers. So when you talk about differentiation, Anthony, and the rapid pace of change in payments today, digital sort of delivery and value, how have you thinking about that value, the rewards platform, the buy now, pay later, as an opportunity to differentiate for your clients?
Yeah, so we knew that rewards and cashback were going to be critical to the consumer acquisition strategy, and it was certainly fed into the key decision, right, in going with Brim. As I had mentioned before, CWB is looking for products that our clients find valuable, and I think the rewards and the cashback and all the conversation that we've already had speaks directly to that value proposition. For me personally, just from my own experience in scanning the market, most credit cards still have very limited and, I would say inflexible rewards offerings, right? It's, they tend to be very, very static. And it speaks to an earlier comment I think I made about partnering with someone who's focused on their area of expertise. This is where Brim focuses, is building out that merchant ecosystem, but also providing an excellent, seamless digital user experience and frictionless user experience to our clients. So for many issuers, I think credit cards are a secondary product or an afterthought, right? They're somewhat attached to other offers, et cetera, whereas Brim really just focuses in this particular space. So we wanted to partner with somebody that understands the market today, but can also spot future trends and is leading the market. And that provides value to our clients, right? So to be able to take advantage of that competitive edge, our clients certainly benefit from that. And for CWB, and Rasha had mentioned this before, there's no dependency on a POS integration. All the functionality is delivered in real time. And the program is customizable to attract our target clients, including our own merchant partners, right? To Rasha's point about whether we want to focus on a particular demographic or geography. And what we've seen in the relatively short period of time since we've deployed and started issuing the card in CWB is that the rewards program is constantly evolving, right? So it's not static, and that really is a differentiator for our clients. And we've heard back from our clients that this dynamic, evolving merchant ecosystem is very important to them, right? They like to see new offers. They like to see a change up, and not the same thing each and every day. And then lastly, we're also investigating options for extending the rewards across multiple banking services as well, right? So we're looking at deposit accounts or loans or other cash management products being able to provide rewards to our customers on or for those banking services as well, not just credit cards. And that would be hugely attractive to our customer, I think.
Thank you very much for bringing up this point, Anthony. Taking back this to, what is Brim? It's a full backbone of a tech platform and a fintech platform, from the payment rails app, and fully integrated from onboarding, omni-channel, opening accounts, whether it's a credit card and this product, a debit card, a prepaid cash card, a business credit card, or the whole list of accounts and other financial services. It seamlessly cross-market and cross-integrate with our business, with our partners' ecosystem. So, for example, the reward platform, can basically add value and gel that experience from a CWB customer and user perspective, right, across all of their relationship with CWB as their bank, from their checking account there to their credit card there to their mortgage there, etc. All of them really powered and incented with that one backbone of a rewards ecosystem that's fully fluid. So we really believe this is, sort of best in class customer experience, and and that's really our first and foremost focus. Another point that I wanted to make here is, the importance of the right technology and the importance of the right, tech stack. So you heard a lot about, how hand in glove the Brim team works with CWB, with other partners that we have, all of our implementations going seamlessly, and all of our merchant partners. And you think to yourself, how do they do that? Do they clone themselves? The truth is that it's a super robust tech platform that was designed, built, and coded with scaling in mind. It means that on our side, all of this customization and real-time adding data analytics, etc., a lot of machine learning and a lot of no-code effectively customization from our side. So every single time we're doing all of these changes and we're working with our partners to deliver really up-to-the-minute experiences that they need for their environments. On the back end here, we're not going back and coding all of this from scratch. There's nothing that is third party. It's all proprietary. So it's not going to sit in a queue for a development somewhere else or etc. The entire thing is already coded super modularly. So it's really like basically turning on and off a menu. So I just think that it's important to sort of know why and how, that seamlessness in rolling out, in transforming, in being up to the minute and in real time, and that strong delivery with our partners. How is it that it works so well? And I think that's the secret sauce.
Yeah, that's interesting, Rasha. And I think you mentioned it in your keynote, right partner, right tech stack. And so that was an interesting message. And Anthony, back to you, I think you made an important point, which we've heard the last couple of days during the summit, which is around this idea of banks being good at a bunch of things, but maybe not being great at what you need to be great at. So you made the decision to partner to deliver a more superior product, to deliver differentiated value, to make sure that you're achieving your customer expectations around servicing and whatnot. So that decision to partner, if you want to comment on what that looked like for you, because obviously you manage a ton of financial service products on behalf of your clients.
Yeah, and it speaks to our strategy, I think, Dina, and it's interesting because I've picked up on that trend as well, right? And there seems to be a shift, right? And as things normally operate in Canadian financial services, it's a very slow shift, but we have seen it over the years, right? That payment products are becoming commoditized. So as a financial institution, we have to ask ourselves, where can we differentiate ourselves, right? So you're not going to win on EFT, you're not going to win on wires, but where you're going to win is being able to offer those services. Well, first of all, being able to understand what your target client finds valuable and being able to deliver that quickly, right? So there's no more 3-year period of waiting, right? You need to be able to deliver quickly, and you need to be able to have an extensible system that you can customize to your individual client's needs. And I think that's, just looking at some of the themes that I've been hearing in the summit, is that's going to be key to financial institution success, right? And one of the good things for us, and I think it's indicative of the relationship with Brim as well, is we're now able to play in a space where we weren't able to play before, right? Or play very well. So with the introduction of APIs, with the introduction of fintechs, an institution the size of CWB can now really compete with some of the DSIBs and some of the larger financial institutions in Canada. So it's really becoming, and I've heard it over and over again this week, democratization of payments, right? So it's no longer 5 individual institutions driving, 90% of the demand in the market, right? We're able to deliver something to the market very quickly, right? That speaks to client demand. So, this fits squarely into what I think other financial institutions should be looking at, particularly, and it can be the DSIBs, but it can also, it can be smaller institutions. This is the space that's going to allow them to succeed going forward.
Yep, and it is that staying ahead of the curve without you having to necessarily have it in a long roadmap, right, Anthony?
That's right.
And we all know the duress on technology and whatnot. But this is the same thing for you too as well, Greg and Michelle. That ability to act quickly. You both mentioned quick onboarding, but maybe even importantly, act quickly to market changes and conditions. So competitively, an offer comes up in market, and you're able to respond to it with almost this sense of an extension of your marketing automation, if you will, right? And wanted to hear about that in terms of quick time to market, quick turnaround, that agile nature of being able to get to clients with the right offer. Starting with you, Michelle, maybe you could kind of talk about what that looks like.
Yeah, so as mentioned before, the quick turnaround has really been something that I have experienced with Brim and not many other platforms or wholesalers or retailers, just because it's a whole different world out there. Having this platform with incredible technology that is user-friendly, that is seamless, really quick, as Rasha mentioned, it's up and running in just a few minutes. It's really been an experience that I haven't had with other platforms. And it's something that I really have valued and seen an increase in brand awareness, networking, and sales. So I really believe that, with everything that Brim has to offer, that it's a no-brainer that if you're a small, medium, or large business, to be able to join with a seamless technology and not having to worry about embedding all these different links and getting the platforms integrated together, then there's no reason why you wouldn't want to partner with Brim.
Thanks, Michelle.
Oh, nice endorsement right there. That's such nice endorsement, right, Rasha?
Really great to hear. I think that what you said rings so true. From working with Michelle and Bag and Bougie, Apple last week, contacted us in the morning saying they want to, increase the offer that they have with us from 3% to 5%. A couple of hours later, it was rolled out, not only throughout the Brim system, but throughout all of our partners, ecosystems, including CWB's customers that literally had it right there and then, with all of the notification, the in-app notifications, the emails, the portals, whatnot, and that was a flash sort of offer, that was there for a week, and then, back to the regular 3%. So, it's great to be able to interact with all of our partners, small, medium, and big, and really respond to all of their needs and deliver that value to our customers and the customers of our partners, really, literally in real time. Where I think, I just want to wrap up maybe our discussion today by saying, we're excited about our proprietary tech stack, the platform that we've built that is live globally today, our extensible and scalable technology. I think we've built a superb ecosystem that has transformational impact, and this actually plays a huge role in what is win-win collaboration and win-win partnerships, both with our platform partners and now soon with our ecosystem partners and our merchant partners. So I think the shift to digital and the evolving customer demands that have heightened even more more as of late just highlights even more that need for timely innovation, and we're thrilled to be at the forefront of embedded banking and embedded finance.
Thanks, Rasha. Greg, you mentioned buy now, pay later. We've heard a lot about that the last couple of days during the summit, and certainly a hot topic for large merchants like yourselves, Lazy Boy, others who are in the furniture space, those big ticket purchases. So becoming more common. And while you're trying to balance those rewards offers, can you tell us about what, from your perspective in the merchant world, what you guys are talking about, and how you see the emergence of this as an important trend and something we need to build into payments going forward?
Of course. So I think when you look at really the buy now, pay later, I call them kids, but the younger generation coming up, they see buy now, pay later as a super normal thing, whereas my generation and beyond really a lot of cash and check and things like that. And so you've seen it with the leases and financing in cars, and then it's always been in furniture as well in those larger purchases. But now you're seeing buy now, pay later on any, I'm not going to say groceries quite yet, but really on any purchase, whether it be a clothing purchase is a little more expensive and things like that. So the really what it comes down to, and I think when we look at it, from a merchant perspective, we look at our cost first and foremost, right? And so it costs money every transaction to put on a Visa or credit card. And if buy now, pay later adds a lot more value to the customer, where they would lean to buy for 1% or 2% more, we can kind of absorb some of that as the merchant, because you're getting more transactions and potentially more sales or higher average ticket, and the metrics kind of work out. And so when we look at that, it's just all about a calculation and just the added value to the customer, where they can defer that payment as long as they need to, can be the difference between a customer purchasing or not wanting to, because they have to put it on credit card and pay the potential 20 to 25% and what have you. So we believe it's really important, and obviously with the larger companies in the fintech revolution coming up with huge valuations, it seems like the world is valuing it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Anthony, that's absolutely what we're seeing, right? And now CWB's cardholders have that capability. So back to differentiation, they can take any of their purchases and put them on installment pay. And so how has the feedback been on that capability?
Yeah, I would have to follow up with the product manager on my team who's managing the card. But we knew before we launched the card, and to Greg's point, it's installments are very big now, right? And even when I worked as a global payments product manager in the past, working in other countries and seeing the success of this particular payment type, which is only just now coming to, I would say, the G7, right? So it's always been popular in Latin America and other countries. But I think with, it was obvious that it was going to come to North America, and that it was going to be targeted primarily to younger individuals, right? So it was very important for us to be able to offer that out of the gate, and again aligns directly to the service offering that we're looking to provide to our clients. So I can't say definitively if anybody's taken advantage of it, any of the CWB card holders, but I definitely know that it's something that I was looking or was very attractive to me to be able to offer to our clients.
Yeah, and as Greg said, you know, it might be a generational thing where to take advantage of a buy now, pay later offer used to be a big deal, and now it's an expectation. So just having that available and making sure that your card holders don't have to go somewhere else and put that purchase on another payment product, but
That's right.
put that purchase on your own payment product, right, means that that purchase volume stays with you. And then you're reinforcing with the rewards value that Greg and Michelle are bringing to the table, which is really exciting. We only have a few minutes left, and this was a really fantastic discussion, everyone. And it was really, from my perspective, exciting to hear from both a platform partner in CWB and merchant partners all sitting at the table and chatting about this. And I just wanted to turn the table over to the virtual seat over to Rasha, maybe to wrap us up with any last comments.
Yeah, no, you know, I think it's great that we're having this conversation today. I think the world is changing rapidly. Look at our round table here, with with us being even geographically disparate across the country. And I think maybe in another one we'll have people really on the Brim ecosystem, really globally. So it's exciting. We're committed to stay as a very solid partner to our merchant partners, to our ecosystem partners, to our platform partners and their customers and their success. Their success is our success. So we're going to keep focused on staying ahead of the curve in our technology, so everyone here future proofs their success as well.
Fantastic. And again, a fintech, a bank, a sole proprietor, Michelle and you, and Greg, an incredible iconic brand. Congratulations, Anthony, on your amazing new product launch. I think it's being looked at by many in the industry, and I'm sure you've heard from many, seeing sort of that completely branded experience front to back, which is super exciting. And just want to thank you all as panelists who have spent the time in joining us today. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone who joined this breakout session. And if there are any questions or follow-ups, please feel free to talk to us after.
Great. Thanks, Dina and Rasha.